Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Guts Berserker armor S.H.Figuarts from Berserk, of course. And this is a very disappointing release. I'll say that much right off the bat. If you guys know anything about S.H.Figuarts, you know that this was probably one of the more disappointing releases of last year. I remember like right now I can look at a figure and tell immediately if it can articulate well or not. But I think it was like a year ago, like around this time of month in April, when they announced they were starting a Berserk line, and I was ecstatic. I was beyond excited for Berserk figures. But if you would have shown me those promo pictures today, I would have said immediately this figure is going to be a mess. But I bought it anyways because I'm a huge fan of Berserk. I don't know if you guys can tell, or if you've seen my manga tours. I have like the entire series of Berserk. I have a huge tapestry on my wall of Guts. So yeah, I'm a huge Berserk fan. I love Guts so much. He's one of my favorite characters of all time, which makes this release so much more disappointing when you're an actual fan of the character that the figure's of. I don't know. It's just it's sad to see that they didn't put as much effort into this figure like as much as they do on other releases. I honestly don't know what happened with this release. But we'll get into all of that and more in just a minute. Let me move this guy out of the way. Hopefully he doesn't fall apart in my hands. And I wanted to show you guys, just bear with me here. I picked these up from my local figure shop. Oof. I might have to move the camera off the stand. So there it is. I finally got the Master Lies X piece, new Yonko, Luffy, Gear 5, and Blackbeard. I'm so excited to have these in my hands. I just need Shanks right now. I got these from my local figure shop. They did not have Shanks. They had Buggy and these two, but I already had Buggy. I showed you guys in one of my earlier videos. So I did a bit of an oopsies. It was a simple mistake, something stupid, but you know, we all make them. So I did order the Buggy figure off of Entertainment Earth, along with this Luffy figure with the Gear 5. And it was like $79 or more. You get free shipping. And I saw that my local figure shop had this one. And I didn't even think about it, and I canceled my order for this one on Entertainment Earth. That also canceled the free shipping promo. So because of my impatientness, I ended up paying another $18 for shipping. Sadly. I don't know, just some stupid mistake, but I'll learn. You know, I sort of have the money to spare, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys these really quick. Let's get them out of the boxes and give you guys a quick look. All right, there they are, out of the boxes and onto their stands, and I gotta say, man, these things look perfect. They look really well made and everything. I might do a video going over them, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. They look really well sculpted and everything. There's tons of tiny details into the faces and stuff. The paint looks really great. I'm really happy with these figures. They took a little while to get out of the boxes. They have super complicated super complicated packaging, these figures, but I really like the way these came out. These look perfect. I can't wait for the Shanks figure. But I don't know where I'm gonna put these. I have no idea. yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that I remember when photos of these were floating around the internet. I knew I just had to have them. These look awesome. So yeah, I'm one step closer to completing this little set that I have. I'm I'm looking to put them up on my closet. No, not in my closet, but on top of where my closet is. There's like a little space on the wall. I'm not sure how just yet. I'll probably put up some shelving, but yeah, I just wanted to show these guys. They look really good. I really like the way these things look. But onto the video. All right, back to the video. There's Guts with no hands, and I'll get to that later. So the sculpt and paint and everything on this guy actually look really great. I love the way the figure looks, and usually when the figure looks really good, they traded it with something else. um, but I'll give them credit for the way the figure looks and everything. It looks perfect. It looks exactly like how Guts is supposed to look. There's details on every single part of the armor. He he has a perfect sculpt. He has a perfect look for Guts. He looks like Guts from Berserk. And it looks perfect. The way the figure looks is perfect. As well as the accessories. Um, but first, let me move this guy out of the way. Let's take a look at the box because I think this is probably one of my favorite packaging boxes for my figures. So it doesn't even fit on the actual screen because of the huge sword. But I really like the box for this figure. So it has a Tamashii Nations quality seal, so it's authentic, of course. It has a big window for the figure. It's got the logo. I like this logo. But I think I like the one for the Berserk 2016 anime a lot better. Not the anime itself, but the logo is probably the best one. I wish they would have gone with that one, but it would have been under the branding for the anime and licensing and stuff. So and it has the title of the figure, Guts Berserker Armor. I really wish they would have started off with Guts from the Black Swordsman arc, but that's okay. This version of Guts is also super iconic, and I really like this decision for the box art. Usually, of course, they have a picture of the figure, but they went with an original illustration from Kintaro Miura, the author of Berserk. So I like that detail a lot. And then on the side, there's just a sample pose. He's holding the sword upright with no support, which is, you could brand it under false advertising. You have some sample poses. I don't know how to get the the camera to get it right, but hopefully you can see it just fine. You have some sample poses on the back, and you do have some manga art in the background. I like that a lot. Another pose on the side here, and then another one on the top, and then there's nothing on the bottom. I guess I should go ahead and show you the inside, because I really like this little piece that they added in the inside for the background. It's just manga art of the Behelit. So I thought that was really cool. So the box is really awesome. I like the box. Can't say that much for the figure, but we'll get to that right now. I already talked about the way the figure looks and the paint and everything. I have no problem with the sculpt and everything. It's honestly kind of perfect. I've seen people say that Guts is a little too tall and lanky, that he's not muscular enough. But honestly, just a little bit in the torso area. Aside from that, it looks perfect. I love the way the figure looks and everything, especially with the cape. I like the design choice. They went with the cape. It looks like manga art. like the way Kentaro Miura would draw, you know, this kind of like the ink strokes. The ink strokes. It looks like Kentaro Miura's ink strokes, which I thought was really cool. It's something I noticed right away. Um, but before we go on forward with the video, question of the day: what is your favorite adaptation of Berserk? I know the definitive will always be Kentaro Miura's original manga art, or his original manga work. But I know some people, they like the 1997 anime a bit more. Some people like the movies. I'm pretty sure nobody likes the 2016 anime. But you know, there's different opinions and stuff. Some people do like Berserk, but you know, they don't want to get into the into the manga. I personally think the manga is obviously the best version of Berserk. It is the original version of Berserk. The author's original vision, of course. So I love Berserk. I love the manga and everything. That's mainly why I got this figure, because it's Berserk and it's Guts. I'll talk a little bit more on why that's such a huge disappointment. But aside from all the rambling, I'll give it, I want to say, a 9.5 out of 10 for the sculpt and everything. It looks perfect. It looks really great. So going on to the accessories, this figure definitely does not skimp out on the accessories. It has quite a bit to go over. So I'm not exactly sure the way this figure came out of the package. But it did come with this neutral face sculpt. You know what? Let me go ahead and try to take it off. That's another problem that I had with this figure. The face sculpts were, oh, never mind. That comes right off. The face sculpts, I think I mentioned it right now, but these also look really perfect. So Guts does come out of the package with this neutral face sculpt, and it looks really well done. It replicates Miura's art style as best it can. You know, in a 3D version like this. You can see all the scars and everything all over his face, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but his eye is red. I never stopped to think about what color his eyes would be, but they're red apparently, which I like that detail. And then you have the scar across his nose, of course, and the flock of white hair. So that I love the faces on this figure. I really would have loved a smiling face for Guts, but they didn't include that. There's like a rage, or, you know, Berserk face for Guts, which looks perfect as well. That looks really great. And then teeth gritting face. So faces are awesome. I love the faces. Just really would have loved a smiling face for Guts. Not like, you know, showing teeth, happy-go-lucky, you know, because that's not who Guts is. You know, just a little smirk, because, you know, that would have been really cool to have with this figure. So the accessories do include the cloth cape, and it is wired, so you can get it into specific poses if you really want, or just have it like this. Just be careful. It does weigh down the figure just a little bit. It is a bit on the heavy side. You just have to take this piece, I'm not sure what this piece is supposed to be, the guard for the armor. Just pops in and out just like that. And then there's a hook here where you place the cape. He does have 3 pairs of hands. So Guts is a special case, of course, because of his prosthetic arm. He does have a closed fist for his left hand and his right. 2 different sword holding hands for his left and his right. And then 2 relaxed hands for his left and his right. So those are the hands. He has this piece for his crossbow, which goes into the. I'll look give you guys a look right now because it's kind of embarrassing. Uh, I'll let you guys know what I mean by that. But this piece is supposed to go on the pocket for his crossbow on his back. He has a little compartment there, and then he has two different options for his left prosthetic arm. He has his arm cannon, and an option for when he has the crossbow attached to his left arm, so you can mix and match however you want. And he does come with this little dagger, but there's a problem with this figure. It uses straight pegs. Um, I'll talk about that more right now because it baffles me. But this is supposed to go on here, but it barely stays. It looks really great like that, right? But you move the figure just a little bit, and it moves out of the way, which is such a bummer. I really wish they would have just sculpted this. He does have I'll probably talk about that in the articulation. Um, so going back to the accessories, he does have his behelit. It's green apparently. I thought it was supposed to be gray. Um, but that's a cool little detail. And then of course, the magnum opus of this this figure, he comes with his sword, the Dragon Slayer. Obviously, he had to, but the the sword is probably the best part of this figure. It looks perfect. It looks exactly the way it's supposed to look. Um, just it looks awesome. You have that stippling effect that they replicated perfectly from Kentaro Miura's art style. It looks perfect, honestly. So you just take this part of the sword off, and then you can put the hands in just like this. And you can tell that they are kind of loose. Yeah. I'll talk about the articulation. That's gonna be the thing that really gets me going. But just by itself, the accessories are perfect. Just a couple of things that I really would have wanted. Something that kind of felt missing was Puck, the little elf that follows Guts around. Um, that would have been like the cherry on top for this figure, honestly. When it comes to the accessories, maybe a little, just a little tiny figure that you can put on his shoulder or something. I don't know. And then of course the smiling Guts face. But aside from that, the accessories they're honest. They did a lot more than they really needed to. And I appreciate that. Going that far at least for this figure. But yeah, accessories, I'll go ahead and give it an 8.5. All right, so on to the articulation. I really don't want to get into this because this is where the figure really goes downhill. Excuse me. The figure looks great. The accessories are great. But usually it's one of the three categories that takes a huge dip. And unfortunately, it was the articulation with this figure. Oh my god. Where do I even begin? So I took off his cape, just to make it easier for me. I guess we can start at the top. So Guts, you can look about that high and about that low. Oh, I forgot to mention he does have I don't know if you can see it. He does have the brand of sacrifice on his neck. So that's a cool detail, I guess. You can move the head a bit side to side like that, but this piece right here, this practically won't let you move the head, like, at all. Which kind of sucks. If you try to move the head, this part comes off. So you can only really get it in some neutral poses. You can't really do anything dynamic with it, which really sucks. And that's just the first problem. That's the first problem with this figure. Um, it has these super ugly joints for the arms. I'm not exactly sure what they were trying to do. Um, I'm not even sure if you would call these butterfly joints because they. Uh, I mean, just look at it. It looks disgusting. It looks really bad, especially for $100 figure. Yeah, this is kind of unacceptable. I'm not exactly sure why they went this route. And going back to the butterfly joints, I guess they do meet up in the middle pretty well. Um, but even while you can get the arms in the middle to meet, you also have the problem with the hands. Why I still don't get this decision. They made the hands on straight ball pegs. Um and I saw this and immediately went, "Oh, no, they didn't." Because the only hands that can go into these pegs are the ones for the sword holding hands for my figure. I feel like each figure is personalized and not in the good way, and I'll get to that right now. But uh, yeah, the holes for the hands, like to peg into the arms, they're tiny. I do not understand what they were thinking making these straight pegs for the hands, and then they went and made the holes super tiny. You can these are the ones that fit, by the way, and the other ones, they just do not go in, except for this one, because I think it was this one and the right sword holding hand that came uh out of the package with the figure. And right away I was having trouble trying to get this figure into poses I wanted. And it just doesn't work. This kind of design for a character like this, it doesn't work. Um, so I'll try to demonstrate for you guys. This is probably my biggest problem. Um, See, they go in just fine. I think this one, does this one go in? I think this one does go in. Sort of. Nope. 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 Um, yeah. So you kind of have to push a little bit. And let's try to get the sword uh into his hands. That's another problem. The sword is way too heavy. It was much too big to be called a sword. Massive, thick, heavy, and far too rough. Indeed, it was like a slab of wrought iron. Yes, I do have that line memorized. So you just pop off that thing. Um, you can see how much trouble I am having already just trying to get the sword in here. I mean, look, just the sword it's too heavy for the figure, and for those weak little arm joints and hand joints that it has. I'm not even gonna try to get the other hands on there because they just won't go in. They won't. I've already tried. I've tried different solutions to try to make the holes bigger for the joints, and they just don't work. So that's my personal problem with the figure, and I think it's everybody's. I'll get to my personal problem. But like I said, this figure, I feel like it's personalized, and not in the good way. Like I said earlier, I can't even get the. I'm not even gonna bother. um, but I'll show you guys right here. You see how easily the hands come off? I don't get I don't get it at all. So my personal problem was this piece in the back, and it looks fine, right? It looks the way it's supposed to, I think. So this piece, I think, goes in like that, and you can get him into a pose where he's pulling the crossbow out or something. But I was trying to get a stand because this thing won't support itself, right? So I had to resort to using a stand. And I think this thing was on a ball peg, right? And I didn't even try yanking it. I just tried pulling it off, and it snapped. The ball peg snapped from this belt piece here. And I super glued it back together, but I I don't I don't get what happened there. I didn't even uh okay. Yeah, this part is supposed to move around like this because it's supposed to be on a ball peg, but mine doesn't move, of course. So it looks fine now. And that was my biggest problem with this figure. It is my biggest problem. Um, this piece breaking off. Just I didn't even like try to like any excessive force. I just tried to take it off because it looked like you could take it off. Because it was on a ball peg, obviously. I'm pretty sure these are articulated, by the way. These are on ball pegs, and I'm pretty sure you can remove these as well. But I'm not going to try, because I'm probably gonna run into the same problem that I did with that back piece. Um, and back to this. This also uses a straight peg for some reason. I don't know why they didn't just do it the same for these other satchels and pouches on his belt. Um, so yeah, that's Jesus Christ. I don't know what happened with this figure. I really don't. I'm going back to the thing where I said this figure is personalized for everybody. There are tons of different problems for everybody with this figure. I've seen some people's figures where the shoulder joints just completely fall off. These right here, these armor things on his biceps, they also fall off super easily. I saw some person's torso just snap completely. Like, I don't know how this can get past QC for some reason. I don't know. The hips on some people's figures are super loose. I think I saw this guy who was doing a review. Like right in the middle of him doing the video, the left leg just snapped off while he was trying to articulate it. Same goes for the feet. I've seen some people say that the feet fall off or they're super loose. I don't know what happened with this figure. I I have no words. But I guess my figure also has that issue with the left leg. Like it didn't snap off, but it's super loose. And I don't know why, because the other one isn't, you know? I don't know what's wrong with this figure. what they were thinking when they were designing it. So I guess I should keep going with the articulation. Guts goes forward about that much, not a lot at all. He goes back a substantial amount. He goes side to side pretty well. Mine goes side to the left side a lot more than the right for some reason. You can see it here, but no, I guess it's the same for both sides. The legs kick up about this high. They don't go back at all, pretty much, because of this piece right here. They would go back a little bit further if they didn't have this. Or you can probably just move this out of the way. You know what would have been a perfect solution? To have this articulated. But I mean, yeah, like I said right now, this one, it's loose for some reason. There's solutions to that, but this shouldn't be a problem, He does have a double jointed knee, and they go back pretty far, actually, which is pretty great for a figure like this. And then you do have these little things on the side, so just be careful with that. This one I did not notice until now, but okay. I hadn't had that problem until like right now. I guess I can keep going with this leg. The feet are also really odd. I guess it's good that they can go up and down that much. They have a pretty good ankle rocker. But like I said, they're already super loose just with me messing around with it just for a little bit, and then you have a toe hinge. But one thing that I do not understand why is his foot so flat? It makes it so difficult to balance this figure. You think it would be easier, but it doesn't. Look. Like the weight just goes completely to one side, and it makes it so difficult, especially on a character with a build like this. I guess that, I don't understand. I think that's it for the articulation. You guys, if you have this figure, you've been watching up to this point. This should be enough. I'll talk about it right now, but don't get this figure. Don't. Sorry, my alarm went off. Don't go out and buy this figure. Just giving you guys a warning right now. I'll talk a little bit about it right now, but yeah, don't go out and buy this. I don't know what to give the articulation. In some parts it's decent. In other parts it's just completely like unacceptable when it comes to figures like this, and for this price point especially. I don't know. It's probably less than a 3. 3 or less than that. I'm just gonna go with that. All right, that was my review on this mess of a figure. I'm not even gonna try to get it into a cool pose. It looks great in neutral poses, by the way. If you can get it into a neutral pose, but you can't get it into dynamic poses. And Guts pulls off a lot of those in the manga, which would be so cool to get this figure into those kinds of poses, but you just can't. You can't. I don't know. Like I said, it's disappointing for me personally because I love this character so much. I really wish they would have put more effort into this figure. I honestly have no idea what would have happened. And there's no problem with it being made in Vietnam or whatever, because you can't see it from here, or maybe you can, but right here it says made in China. So it's like the figure being made in a specific factory isn't the problem. It's just the way it was designed and everything. Overall, I probably have to give this figure a 5 out of 10. It looks great. The accessories are perfect. The articulation is just, it's absolutely garbage. I cannot get past the articulation. I don't know. I don't know how else to go on with this video, aside from don't buy this figure if you haven't already. They recently announced two new releases for this line. So they already have the Griffith figure. I was going to buy that one, but this figure made me not want to buy it. I think I'm okay with this one so far. And then there's the Beast of Darkness Berserker Armor Guts, and apparently that one is a huge improvement over this figure. And then there's the Shirk figure that got announced as well. So those two, they look really great, by the way. The Shirk figure looks perfect. And apparently the new Guts figure is also really well done. But the reason I say don't buy this figure right now is because I think they didn't say it outright, because I don't think Tamashii Nations likes to acknowledge their mistakes, but they're reissuing this figure. And they did the same thing with the new Trunks figure that came out, Boy from the Future. Uh, they reissued it, and they fixed a ton of the problems that the original release had. So, myself and others are hoping that they're doing the same for this figure. It does come out in August. I think you guys can place your pre-orders. I think you guys can place your pre-orders starting today. I think it was April 5th, but that's in Japan. Sorry about that. My alarm went off again. I have to finish up this video quick. But yeah, Guts is one of my favorite characters of all time. It makes me so upset that he had to get the bad figure treatment. I know there's other options. There's Figmas, I think, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, don't waste your money on this figure. Wait for the reissue if you can wait. I don't think I'm gonna get the reissue, but I'm thinking about getting the new Guts figure, the Beast of Darkness one. That one looks really cool. But yeah, that was my review on the Guts Berserker armor S.H.Figuarts. I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about this mess of a figure. I did not enjoy it. I'm kind of bummed out now, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Question of the day: what is your favorite adaptation of Berserk? Mine will always be the original work of Kentaro Miura. Rest in peace. But yeah, tune in maybe next week. I'm gonna take a little break from videos for next week, and you know what? Just off a whim, I'm gonna go ahead and review the Orochimaru S.H.Figuarts. So tune in for that soon. Most likely next week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.